Sanibonani. Ngithemba ukuthi niphilile ey'ndaweni zonke la kufinyelela khona lo mfanekiso. Igama uKhabavovo. Ah, ngithemba ukuthi konke kuhamba kahle. Namhlanje bengifisa sikhulume kafishane phansi kwesihloko esithi emotional distance. Bengifisa ukuthi siqale sindlalele kanjena le ndaba engifisa sikhulume ngayo ukuthi in every relationship, for it to survive, kunalento ekuthiwa it's communication. Every relationship is survivor through communication, and communication ijule kakhulu because ithinta izindawo ezijulile ezingabonakali ezifana nenhliziyo, ezifana nomqondo. And when you speak of a relationship and the communication, and communication touches the mind and the heart, kubese kuvela into ekuthiwa imizwa or ama-emotions. Ingakho uthola ukuthi ebudlalwaneni, kubo bonke ubudlelwane la ngiyathanda ukukucacisa ukuthi asikhulumi or angikhulumi ngobudlelwane bowesilisa nowesifazane or ubudlelwane babantu ababili, noma kuthiwa ubulili obuhlukene, ubulili obufanayo, abathandanayo, abambatha ndawonye, or abayimisela ukwakha umndeni. Ngikhuluma with any form of ubudlelwane or any relationship. It could be a work relationship, it could be a neighborly relationship in the society, it could be a friendly relationship, it could be a relationship between ingqandamathe, it could be a relationship between izizalwane, igazi, ihlobo, or it could be a relationship between umzali nabantwana. So la mangikhuluma nge-relationship, please note ukuthi angikhulumi with just a relationship yabantu abambatha ndawonye ingqandamathe kuphela, kodwa ngikhuluma with any form of a relationship. So in every form of a relationship, there's a very important, vital feeding, of which is a core, is the engine, iyisisu or iyimpilo ye-relationship, of which is communication. So i-communication iyona eyenza ukuthi number one, i-communication is the one that begins the relationship, because people get into a relationship other than the fact that you can see someone ube nemizwa and become, certain feelings and feel certain attachment to that person ungakasho lutho, engakasho lutho kuwena, by looking at that person. But most relationships akheka and asebenza or aqala ngani ngokuthi something or someone said something to someone, kwakheka relationship. Obviously ozalweni it's different, because the relationship yakhona it's formed by the fact ukuthi niyazalana or nizalwa ndawonye and things like that. But in the terms of the society, in what you call makhelwane, emsebenzini, you went for interview, there was communication, you said something, they listened, they said something to you, you were engaging, you are relating, you started relating through communication, and that communication led into something bigger, of which it was a formal relationship, yaba titled, yadingezwe igama le eninikeza yona. So, but angifuna ukugxila kakhulu ku-relationship, because you guys know what a relationship is. Bengithi angidlalele nje ngidlule lapho. But where I want to come in ukuthi le communication esikhuluma ngayo in this relationship, into eyenzayo, it touches izinto ezingabonakali that we can't see with our naked eye, our internal organs called the heart and the mind. And lezo zinto eziyi-two ziyinkinga because it's got its own mind or its own control, of which it's an emotional control, imizwa, zicontrolwa imizwa lezo zinto zoyi-two. So of which leyo mizwa iqala in the communication. What you say to someone and how you treat and act towards someone. Yiyo that stirs up le mizwa bese ifinyelela somewhere. Depending ukuthi amagama akho athini, depending ukuthi izenzo zakho ezithini kulowo muntu, uyabo. So now, as you begin the relationship, you travel. So as you travel, you also travel emotionally. When you travel in a relationship, you travel in terms of the things that you do together, in the way that you treat each other, and the things that you engage yourself into, in the decisions that you make, depending what type of relationship you have. So you travel nalo muntu relationship naye. So as the journey of the relationship, as you're traveling, you get to a certain stage. That's why abanye befinyelela in a stage yokuthi yazini I think this colleague relationship yam nawe, we need to take it to another level. Let's date, let's jole. Now we're no longer just colleagues, but sasiyajola. Abanye bagcine to a sense where asawona ama-colleagues kuphela, asajoli kuphela, but sengifuna ukwenza umkami. So they become husband and wife, you know. It is a journey, it is a traveling of a relationship. Remember, as the relationship travels, nama emotions that are involved and attached to this relationship travels. Ngoba angifuni beyinde le video, ngifuna ke ukufika ke ngiyigoqe la ngiyivale. When I'm talking about this what you call emotional distance. This distance is caused by the fact that we travel in a relationship. That's why we call a relationship a journey. So now some travel, it's a work relationship, it's a love relationship, it's a what you call uzalo, brother and sister, or brotherly relationship. You get to a certain level and a certain point where ikhulile relationship yenu senifike to a certain point or a certain place or a space. Angifuni ukuthi a destination, because a journey of a relationship, I wouldn't really think or say ukuthi in a destination, because it's quite a lengthy and a long journey. But as you progress in the journey and as you travel in this journey of relationship, you get to a point where you find yourself in a certain space or place. But due to izimo zempilo and what happens in life, nizithola okay. When you find yourself, you find yourself content, you find yourself happy, you find yourself fulfilled. This relationship, you feel good about it and all those things, you know, and it's workable. Both parties are involved, are actively involved in this relationship. But due to the external factors of life, anything, any, remember, whoever that you are in a relationship with, they are still living their own life separately outside the relationship. Omunye nomunye uphila impilo outside the relationship. So kunama factors that also contributes, of which are external factors to this relationship, of which they can contribute negatively or positively. But usually the external factors in a relationship, whatever form of relationship for that matter, they usually contribute negatively. Nakuke say contributile lento external factors nashayana, or a relationship yenu yashayeka. Mangithi nashayana, angisho ukuthi nashayana physically, but you know, you engage, you exchange words ezingekho zinhle, or you did the certain acts ezingaphathanga kahle inhliziyo nengqondo, ingqondo nenhliziyo yafila otherwise, yalimala relationship. Yabo. So now, by that action and by that situation, or isehlo or isigameko ngokwesiZulu esenzekile ngaleso sikhathi, what happens then? You do not stay emotionally, you do not stay in that comfort zone, beautiful space and place that you are in. You travel. And into ebuhlungu ke with that traveling now, yokulimala or yokushayeka kwe-relationship, ukuthi manitravela kuqala relationship benihambisana nobabili, and you understood, mostly you understood ukuthi more or less la siya khona siyaphi in this part and in this journey of a relationship. Benine idea of a map and all those things ukuthi this is where we're going and this is how far we're planning or we're hoping to go. Yabo? But manje relationship imisilimala isishayeka. What happens is i-traveling yakhona, i-pace ayisafani ngoba i-communication yalimala. So senitravela from a space and a place ebenivumelane ngayo, ebeni-understanda nonke, to a place eningayazi nobabili, to a place eningayi-communicate-anga nobabili, or however members of the relationship, because it's not only two, you know. Senitravela to a place and a space, and senitravela at distance eningayazi nani, eningayi-communicate-anga, eningayiplananga, ekhozwe isigameko esilimaza ingqondo nenhliziyo, kwavela ama-emotions thizeni, and omunye nomunye wase wa-reacta ngeyindlela, and the traveling then started that caused the emotional distance. Manje omunye usehamba phambi komunye, or senihamba, omunye uhamba le, omunye uhamba le, but maybe there's still that form of communication ekhona. But now, inkinga, ngoba this is not a planned event, this is not a conducive and a nice event eyenzekile, akuyona into emnandi, akuyona into eplaniwe nehleliwe. So omunye nomunye usehamba kule traveling ngendlela ingqondo nenhliziyo yakhe emtshela ngayo, and what he feels or she feels it is good or it will work. Because now into eyenzekile, kunalento ekuthiwa i-trust esiyixoxa futhi mhlampe ngelinye ilanga masenza u-part 2 makwenzeka yalento, of which iyona efika ilimale, and lento ye-trust iyona le ekhoza ukuthi kube ne-gap enkulu, and le gap enkulu iyona le cause i-distance ukuthi ibe enkulu kakhulu nayo. But now, as you go and you go and go kule distance of separation, of being distant, of being, you know, awkward, of being, you know, offish towards each other, you get to a point of realization which yazini, regardless of whatever happened and whatever, hey sisuka kude man, lasiqale khona le relationship, and this is not what we wanted. So we want to fix this thing. How do we fix it? Now you come up with a plan, yokuthi you want to fix it. But meseniyilungisa, the important thing you need to understand ukuthi kunalento ekuthiwa i-emotional distance. And number one, you need to understand ukuthi yini emotional distance, sengiyichazile. Number two, you need to sit down nobabili, nibe honest and brutally honest, nobabili nobathathu noba-4, whoever number of the relationship that forms the members of the relationship. Discuss in detail and be brutal honest ukuthi ikhozwe yini lento, nifike kanjani to this traveling separately in this journey of this relationship, yabo. And nibe honest to each other ukuthi lalelake, masiqale relationship besamsana, besazi ukuthi okay sesila manje bes-communicate. But now, due to what have happened, le journey siqalile after a relationship yethu silimele, mina, this is how far I've went from where we were. Because isikhathi esiningi manithi nilungisa relationship, the main purpose or the main aim is to basically try and go back to that comfort, beautiful space and place that you were in, of which it is possible, but it's very difficult and challenging. It takes to understand ukuthi how far apart are you and how far you went. Because uthola ukuthi, let's say for example, husband and wife nilimazene, uthola ukuthi ekulimazaneni kwenu na travela ke manje separately, distant, office and all those things. Mina as a husband, lento le ingitravelise ngahamba ngafika what you call a next door or on the next street, you understand? But now lo wesifazane imthathe yawumbeka on the next province, yabo. So manje ama distance ethu awafani. So in terms of now fixing and what you call closing the gap in this emotional distance, you will need to be honest and understand ukuthi ngikuphi mina, ukuphi yena, and then yini edale ukuthi noma silimazene, ngoba isikhathi esiningi it doesn't matter ubani olimaza omunye, but you know ngicina nilimele nonke. But the thing is, into ithi ekulimaleni kwethu konke, regardless ukuthi ubani oqale ukulimaza, because nomunye uyareacta negcine selilimazene. So into ithi, how far have you went? So you need to understand that so that you'll be able to fix this distance, because you need to try to get to the same point. Once you get to the same point or same what you call space, it might not be the place enisuka kuye comfortable, conducive, emnandi, but you need to find yourself, you need to bridge this distance. Once you bridge this emotional distance, then you will be able to work things together, and you will be able ukuthi nikwazi ukuthi work towards going back to where nalimala khona, to that comfortable, beautiful space, of which, in my opinion, it's not really a must, or it's not really fully necessary to do that. If you can decide ukuthi let's bridge this emotional distance, let's forget about la salimala khona, because ekulimaleni kwenu kunezinto eniyifundile nakhula, you are different people now. Let's rebuild from where we are now. But as long as that distance, emotional distance, is bridged and is closed, you can build from there and build something new, beautiful and fresh. You do not necessarily have to go back to lana limala khona, because into eyenza ukuthi ama-relationships angasebenzi after an injury or after ukulimala nokulimazana, ukuthi people strive and fight so much and so hard to go back to laba limala khona, of which sometimes lana nikhona malilimala, it wasn't a great space, but from where you are, la senibridge khona the emotional distance, you can build something beautiful and grow from there. Nithathe into yenu niyise in whatever form, in whatever level, ngoba senifundile, you are matured. Because now awukwazi ukufike ukhule uthi uma usukhulile bese ufuna futhi ukubuyela back to the stage sokuba umntwana, ngoba wawudlala kamnandi usawumntwana, unama-toys amaningi. Usukhulile manje, le ufunda impilo eziningi izinto eziningi empilweni akushaya impilo. So you take from there, you can't go back to your childhood stage. You learn from what you've learned. Usukhulile kushayela impilo wafunda ukufundile. You're a grown person, you're a matured person. You take it from there and then you grow and you build from there. So may you rebuild your relationships. May you bridge the emotional, what you call distance in relationships. Remember, this is any form of relationship. Asibambaneni singabantu, different race, different cultures, different backgrounds, different types of relationships, different everything. Asiyakheni lento yobudlelwane because ubuntu bethu as abantu and as a creation kaSimakade is created by the brokenness, is damaged or is killed by the brokenness of relationships. So thina okwethu ukuthi senze sure ukuthi whatever brokenness it is, whatever happens, we mend it and we go forward and we find a way. There is always a way. Where there's bathi la khona uthando nendlela ikhona. If unothando lokulungisa izinto, you can fix it. Trust me. The question is, are you willing to bridge that emotional gap? May you bridge that emotional gap in your relationships, and may you succeed, and may your relationships grow and expand. Nibe kahle, nibe right. Usimakade uZulu anigcine, anibusise, anenze kahle. Hopefully, we'll get to have what you call another episode of this emotional distance. Sithungena, siqabe lethambo sijule kulona. But I hope you got something, and that is going to help you to strengthen your relationship. uNkulunkulu anigcine, anibusise, ahlahlamelise indlela yenu. Kudede umnyama ngivela ukhanya. Always remember that ngiyancanywa son. All that I want to see succeeding and winning and becoming a great and the best that you can be. Remember, mawumoja uzibheke. Peace, salute, I'm out. Cheers bafethu.